Greetings everyone and hello everyone from where you are watching me from. My name is Alex Kimondo. I'm calling or rather sharing this from Kenya, that is Nairobi, capital city of Kenya. And I'll be sharing my screen shortly to just take you through the digitalization journey of MEDS. MEDS in full stands for Mission for Essential Drugs and Supplies. And welcome to this presentation. I'm so psyched up to share with you the digitalization journey for MEDS. So MEDS has adopted different digital technologies with a view, to improve our customer experience. Digitalization journey started way back, and I can tell you with the COVID-19 tailwinds, we've been able to really catalyze this digitalization journey by ensuring that our customers are happy and that the line of collaboration between ICT and business is really accelerated to where it deserves to be and like never before. Again, I just wanted to say that MEDS has worked on different digital technologies, and this is with a view to really fortify the systems to enable our systems to run as expected. So before talking much about our digitalization journey, I'll just talk briefly about the MEDS identity. For further information, you can just go through our website, which is www.meds.or.ke. So MEDS is a not-for-profit organization which was started about 34 years back, and it's registered under an ecumenical partnership between the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, we refer to it as KCCB, and the Christian Health Association of Kenya, which is CHAK. And we have our headquarters in Nairobi, and we also have our branch office, which is in the western region of Kenya. And this is approximately, say, 500 kilometers from the capital city. MEDS has 3 key mandates, and one of the core mandates is the supply chain and distribution. And that's why we are here to just see how the Syspro ERP environment has helped us in ensuring efficiency when it comes to product distribution, supply chain, the warehousing, logistics, and even dispatch of commodities to the entire country. The other core mandate is quality services, and for quality services, we do a lot of pre-qualification of suppliers. We also do inspection of commodities. We also do post-marketing surveillance and also pharmacovigilance of products. The other core mandate is health advisory. This health advisory ensures that we have quality patient care, especially when sharing essential commodities. We also do a lot of consultancy work. We also do a lot of policy formulation, and we also work with different partners in implementing all the processes that are with MEDS. Just to also talk about our standards, MEDS is regulated by the Kenya Bureau of Standards. We refer to as KEBS. We are ISO 9001:2015 recognized. We also are recognized by the World Health Organization as a pre-qualified control laboratory, and that's why we're able to spread our tentacles all over the world. Our quality laboratory, which is World Health, which is WHO pre-qualified, is recognized by the World Health Organization. We also recognized by the US Foreign Disaster Assistance. We call it the US OFDA, and this is an organization which helps in distribution of donor-funded programs. Again, we also ECO and European Union certified. This is ECO stands for the European Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid. And again, this has helped us also to spread our tentacles to disaster-prone areas where we're able to distribute our commodities to these countries. So I'll just talk again about briefly about the MEDS business operation. MEDS has roughly about 200 employees. We serve the non-government organization, government entities. We collaborate with entities which are also in supply chain, like one is KEMSA, which is a supply chain organization, and it's a government agency. We also distribute our commodities to community-based organization. We serve a corporate clientele of about 3,000, and this is growing each day. MED also has different core information systems. Like I said, we've implemented different digital technologies, and this is what has really enabled ICT. I mean, the ICT has become an enabler in really propelling our business operations. MED has been one of the longest serving Syspro customers. We started way back in 1994. And we, in the Greater East African region, we were among the first Syspro customers. So we've seen Syspro growing, and we've continued to partner with them. We've embraced innovation over time, and we've grown with the Syspro systems, right from the Impact Award system, Syspro 6, Syspro version 7, and now to the latest version, which is Syspro version 8. The ERP, which is like the most core solution at MEDS, cuts across all business lines and operations. MEDS has 5 different departments, and it cuts across the supply chain, whether it's the sales and marketing and strategy department, the finance and investment department. We also, in the supply chain, it's able to serve the inventory, the warehousing, the dispatch and logistics, and including the financials. So MEDS competencies, in terms of our experience, we have that 4 years in the medical supply chain and also in capacity building. We have 10,000 meters of square space, and this is growing each day. We've also rented some offices, which we also use for warehousing. We have over 2,000 items which are stocked and 3,000 items which are non-stocked and which are supplied on demand. For MEDS, we've automated, or rather computerized, our environment to about 100%, and we have an order fill rate of 98% with this Syspro environment. To the order fill rate or turnaround time to our customers takes about 3 days for orders which are all over the country or up country. But within Nairobi, orders turnaround is about 1 day. In MEDS, we've also integrated our online ordering system through the website and into the ERP, and this we've done using the APIs. Next, I'll be talking about the 543 business process plan, and this is a journey which we embarked on last year, just to help MEDS be able to accelerate its business activities, the processes, the competencies, and models in order to leverage the changing opportunities that the digital world has able to, provide to us. So in early last year, we embarked on a process through the assistance of Syspro ERP. And I forgot to mention that we work with our local partners, and our local partners is Infico Limited, who has really helped us in this journey to where we are, and which is a continuing journey. So we embarked on a 543 plan where 5 longest serving customers were identified in the East African region, and then 4 consultants were identified over a period of 3 months to really come and get to understand our challenges, or rather our pain points, so that we can be able to use the ERP and reap maximum benefits of what it's supposed to, to offer to us. And this 543 business processing plan, or rather the Syspro process modeling, we had to subdivide it into 3 phases. The first phase, which we called the initial phase, was to culminate with the upgrade of the ERP system from version 7, which we were running on in last year, to version 8, which we are currently running on. The second phase, and which is a phase which we are currently on, has involved a lot of customization work, implementation of the different modules which we were not utilizing, and also preparing us to the third and final phase, which will enable MEDS to become a future-ready ICT organization, able to utilize the current and trending technologies such as the mobility. I know Syspro has Syspro Espresso. We have artificial intelligence, machine learning, the business insights and analytics, which we are also using and adopting in collaboration with the Microsoft Power BI products. We also want to prepare ourselves ready for Syspro Harmony, which is a social media presence tool that will allow us to really improve the customer experience for our customers. And again, also chatbots, the Syspro bots, and eventually we'll be able to migrate all our systems to the cloud. This is a journey, and we are heading, we are in the right direction, being held by Syspro as well as Infico, our partners. The reason, again, which we embarked on the Syspro process modeling is because over a long time, we were not getting value for money, or rather we had many unintegrated and third-party applications which were either running on top of the ERP or perhaps doing exactly what the ERP was meant to do, or the Syspro ERP had capability of doing. So it's for this reason that we decided that we needed to come up and do this SPM review so that we can get rid of third-party application. These third-party applications were the Excels, the spreadsheets, the Access applications, which we felt were not were becoming troublesome to us. Again, we also had old implementations in our system. I can tell you for a fact that migrating from the lowest, the earliest version of the ERP to, that is Impact Award and Core, the Syspro version 6, 7, and 8, we inherited a lot of applications which were not really necessary to us. So for this old implementation, we had in MEDS, we were utilizing the index sequential access method, which is an ISAM file format, as well as the SQL. We needed to move our application from the 2 file formats, the ISAM and the ISAM and SQL, and write on the SQL, which was a more robust system and which was had more capabilities, and this was being provided by Syspro version 7 and 8. The other thing which we moved to Syspro 8 is because we also needed to again get rid of the manual processes. These manual processes involved a lot of paperwork because we had to work on Excel documents and see how those Excel documents could be uploaded to our ERP environment. We have our customers in the country, even from far-flung places which span over 600 kilometers from the capital city where we are based. And you find that we used a semi-automated approach when it comes to, receiving of orders. So orders can either be received via the Excel worksheets, it can be received via email, it can be received via voice calls, rather telephone. And we also have provided a platform online where orders can also be received. So we needed to get rid of all these manual ways of order receiving and ensure that we provide a platform on the ERP, and which is already available by Syspro 8, to enable our customers be able to, input their orders and monitor how track their orders. Again, we also needed to improve the effectiveness of the ERP. We needed to improve how to have visibility of the entire ERP, improve the product architecture, so that we can have end-to-end visibility of the entire system. It's for this reason, again, that we also wanted to, continue implementing modules which were, dropping modules which were not important to us, and also bring on board modules which we felt could serve or address our customer needs. So I will be discussing further in my next slides how this was able to be as impacted to METS and our customers. We needed to create a future roadmap. These I've already hinted about it. And we wanted to get value for money. Dropping those modules which were not important to METS meant we would not pay for them, and bringing on board modules which were really adding value to our business. So I'll talk briefly about the 543 progress up to date. Last year, I said the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated this process. And since METS is an organization which is quite flexible, we were able to really fast track these processes using the process owners. I believe that process owners are the ones who really able to, propel an organization, because ICT, despite them being an enabler, we are not able to really push process owners to use this commodity. We only provide a platform where they can write on and be able to, work efficiently and enhancing their experience. So for phase one, we did a lot of house cleaning, where we had to drop all those spreadsheets. We did the system cleanup. We reviewed the chart of accounts. We also went ahead and reviewed the user roles. In the previous experience with the user role, you could find an example which I just want to talk about is where different users never really understood the importance of passwords, simple things like passwords, or even sharing of these passwords. So this was one of the areas which we addressed, and we also sensitized users through a change management process of the project which we were embarking on. So for the first phase, it culminated with the Syspro upgrade. This is an exercise which took a whole weekend. Luckily, we had, during the upgrade process, we had a break on the Friday and the following Monday. So we had about 4 days, which allowed us to really upgrade the system, test run it, do a dry run, migrate from the test environment, and move it to the live environment. The only hitch that we encountered during the upgrade is that at that time there was also, an upgrade of the Syspro Office 365 application. So it posed a bit of a challenge to us trying to communicate with them for the challenges which we encountered. However, when they came back after the rollout from the rollout of the Office 365, we managed to come back, and by the time our customers, or rather our users, internal users, came back on Tuesday, the following Tuesday, they were able to use the ERP as expected. For phase two, where we are, and I'll talk about the implemented modules. We've implemented different modules which we were not using before. The first module which we really were successful at, and I can tell you has really enhanced our customer experience, is the contact management module. This module has really helped us because we are able to, track complaints. It's a CRM in itself, and it has really come in handy when it comes to tracking of complaints and also helping our customer services department and section to be able to track these complaints and address them in a timely manner. The other module which we've also implemented is the supply chain module. This supply chain module also enhances collaboration between our suppliers as well as our procurement department, being able to post, or rather send their quotes and be able to track how the quotes are flowing in or trickling in. It provides a platform which they're able to monitor everything that is happening and also get in touch with the procurement department. We also were able to implement the RMA, which is a return merchandise authorization module. This module has helped us in tracking the goods, or rather health commodities, which have been returned by our customers. We've also implemented the return to vendor module. This return to vendor module has helped us in tracking, or rather returning health commodities that have been supplied by our suppliers, and being able also to monitor the same. We've implemented the trade promotion module, and every Friday on our website, the marketing and sales strategy department is able to utilize this module to offer benefits to our entire customers. And this is something which has really helped in boosting business. Under phase 3, which is a module which I talked about, prepping MEDS for a future-ready ICT organization, we've been able to integrate our online order processing portal, which we developed with our revamped app website, integrated it successfully with the help of Infico, our partners, with our ERP. And this has enhanced, or rather provided our customers with a platform whereby they're able to input orders, have a dashboard that provides visibility of their orders, track their orders, and see the time it takes for the entire order to be processed, from the time they key in all the way to the time it's dispatched to them. We've also, still in phase 3, been able to integrate our HR and payroll system. And because Syspro does not come with a HR module, so we were able to integrate the two systems, HR and payroll, with our ERP system. For the quality control lab, we've also been able to integrate the labware solutions and the Syspro ERP, specifically on the payment bit. We intend to bring on board these other modules, which is the Syspro bots, Syspro Harmony, the artificial intelligence, and even perhaps migrate to cloud in future. In Kenya, we have a financial payment application, which is widely known as M-Pesa, and we also intend to bring it on board to allow our customers to be able to make payment using the system. We've only provided a platform where they're able to pay for, but we've not really integrated it with the ERP. In the COVID era, I said it really accelerated the digitalization, or rather implementation of these digital technologies. I have talked about the contact management module, how MEDS has made huge strides in improving the customer experience. In MEDS, we have the marketing and strategy department. We have a team of field officers. These field officers are able to, utilize the Syspro Avanti service, which is a web application. They're able to transact, monitor, onboard customers using the Avanti platform. For the C-suite executives and also other users, they're able to use the Avanti platform to be able to have insights into different departments and sections. We've been able to customize the Avanti platform to provide for this. And again, still on Syspro Avanti, it really helped us during the COVID pandemic, because most of our of our users, internal users or customers, they were used to, writing through the VPN, and this was posing, say, a challenge to them. And with the Syspro Avanti, which we deployed, they could be able to access the application from whichever device, anytime and anywhere. The other module which we deployed successfully and also played a handy role in our organization is the supply chain portal. We'll be using this module even in our next tendering process to enable our suppliers to be able to, improve their experience while utilizing this module. Again, still in the COVID module, that we needed to have limited, contact with the paperwork. So again, because of this full automation, we tried to reduce on a lot of paperwork. One of the other things which we also worked on was the security posture. I'm glad that we were able to successfully move to SQL, migrating all our files from the ISAM file format to the robust SQL, which is a self-healing database application. So we were able to sensitize our users on the need for using passwords, on the need for multi-factor authentication, and overall, even the use of APIs when it came to integrating these different application or core systems that we have in the ERP. So this was a great stride for MEDS, and it really played in handy in improving our ecosystem. We have had different outcomes in the whole BPR process, where MEDS is using ERP across all business functions. We've been able, Syspro is used across 75% by the employees. I have talked about the SQL, how we were able to merge that to SQL. We've also enhanced our operational efficiency across the entire MEDS. We've automated most tasks end to end. We've also integrated our ERP to the barcode scanning solution, which is an application which runs from receiving section all the way to the dispatch, and is used by pickers and packers. And again, we've also enabled, and I mentioned it before, the MEDS to become a future-ready ITT organization. Yeah, so those are the benefits. I know we'll be able to share with you this presentation. And some of the challenges to quickly just highlight we've encountered is budget. Cost of digitizing is high, and most of these challenges cuts across many organizations. Most organizations also don't have a risk-taking culture, so we need to do a lot of change management activities. We also need to do a lot of sensitization to both internal and external customers. And again, I had mentioned Syspro does not have a HR module. You have to find your own HR module which you need to integrate. The other thing which I wanted to mention is that you cannot do this without, first of all, ensuring that your hardware, or rather network infrastructure, is ready for this setup. MEDS was able to really look at their ICT infrastructure. We have a high availability system. We have backup systems. We have different, we've implemented our ERP both for the application and the database environment on a virtual environment. We've integrated all this through our Azure platform. And what I would like to say, just as I end my presentation, is that Syspro is a future-oriented ERP solution. It's a flexible solution which you can easily customize to fit one's business needs, and it's adaptive to the current and evolving technology trends.
In the new era of the never-ending evolving technological advancements, many organizations are trying their level best to adopt better technological advancement. One such organization is the Mission for Essential Drugs and Supplies. And we are joined by the Customer Relations Manager, Gladys Mburu, who will talk us through about what MEDS does and how it has been able to do better, especially during this period of the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you so much for having us.
MEDS is a mission for essential drugs and supplies. We are a health supply chain organization. In Kenya, we are registered as a trust. We are owned by the churches in Kenya. Now, MED's core mandate is three-pronged. One is supply chain and logistics. We do procurement, we warehouse, and we distribute. And the commodities we deal with are basically medicines, medical supplies, laboratory reagents. We are looking at the normal medical supplies that are used in a health facility, syringes, gloves, and the like. In quality assurance, what we do is we assure the quality of the commodities that we supply. So we do in-house testing of the medicines and the medical supplies. And in health advisory services, we do training and capacity building.
Moving forward, how do you intend to make MEDS become a better distributor in the Kenyan market, especially when it comes to drugs?
Good. One of the things we are lucky to have, if I would use that word, is we are using a very robust ERP system, ERP being Enterprise Resource Planning System. We are using Syspro, and Syspro enables us to do very good tracking of the stock that we keep. So in terms of being a better supply chain system, one of the key parameters is managing the inventory well. And in doing that, we are using a lot of the modules the ERP would present to us so that we do proper planning and quantification. And after we have done the quantification, we do procurement in good time and ensure that as and when we get the orders from the clients, they are processed in good time. The other way we are doing it is keeping our clients informed. So we have gone into a lot of online training, online forums to keep the clients informed and basically enabling them to access Syspro, which is our ERP, through online platforms and access information as fast as possible, of course, among other initiatives.
Thank you so much for the information, very informative indeed. In our next segment, we are going to talk about Syspro, Enterprise Resource Planning, a software which has been incorporated in the MEDS organization, which has been very pivotal in aiding the organization to do its mandate better. We will be joined by the ICT manager, Mr. Alex Kimondo, who is going to shed more light on how Syspro has been game-changing in this organization. Thank you so much for having us. For someone who doesn't really get to understand what Syspro ERP really means, how would you break it down for them?
So an ERP is an enterprise resource planning system. It's basically a software that manages, streamlines, standardizes business processes across an organization or across different business units. These business units can be the human resource, the finance, the sales and marketing section, the procurement, in terms of supply chain department and operation. So ERP for MEDS has really come in handy because it has helped us in streamlining business processes from the receiving section all the way to the dispatch section. It has actually improved the user experience of our customers. The reason we bought Syspro ERP is because we needed visibility and a system that would cut across all business units. I would say that the ERP has enhanced collaborations between different departments, sections, and users. The other thing is that the ERP has improved efficiency in terms of order fulfillment rate, the way we process orders from when an order is taken all the way to when it reaches the customer. It has improved the employee productivity rate by 15%. The internal customers who are our users, they've been able to use the ERP because it has a proper user interface design. We have our marketing officers. They're able to work remotely with the modules which have come in with the Syspro ERP. So overall, we can say that user experience has been greatly improved or enhanced.
Fantastic. How cost effective has using Syspro ERP been to MEDS?
Syspro being a flexible ERP means that you only pay for what you use.
Correct. How has the software been able to aid you, especially during this period of the pandemic?
With the latest ERP upgrade, which is Syspro version 8, we were able to incorporate different modules. And one of the modules which we incorporated was the Syspro Web Avanti. With this web-based application, the marketers and field officers, as well as even the staff internally, they're able to access the ERP anytime and anywhere. Again, we also brought in a module called the Supply Chain Management Portal. With this portal, suppliers and customers are able to collaborate in the ERP. Also, the other thing I like about Syspro is because of its deployment. With the Syspro 8 version, it also offered cloud capabilities.
Correct.
Yes, meaning that from wherever you're able to access resources that are on the ERP. And this has really helped in terms of remote workforce.
Correct.
Because of the way the Syspro ERP is designed, you find it's a system that easily integrates to any third-party application. In general, the ERP system is able to give visibility across the entire organization. One of the other benefits, again, that MEDS has benefited from Syspro is in terms of customer order processing time. We used to take about 4 days to process order, but with the Syspro ERP solution, we're able to process order within a day. So I would definitely recommend the Syspro ERP solution. First of all, is because it's a feature-oriented ERP solution. You're able to customize the ERP solution to fit one's need. It's a system which is able to adapt and evolve to current and changing technology world.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you everyone for tuning or listening to this interesting discussion. Feel free to ask any question in the Q&A chat box, and feel free to get in touch with me. I'm always here at the MEDS.